This is the American Forces Vietnam Network.
Audio 85 and 99.9 FM. This is AFBN tonight.
Lieutenant Taylor, this place doesn't care who you were back home. You want to lead out there? You better listen more than you talk. Your men will watch you closer than the enemy ever will. You leave in 5. Godspeed, Lieutenant.
War stories are often told by the survivors, but some were never meant to be told at all, just written in quiet moments between battles and sent home. In 1968, Lieutenant James Taylor arrived in Vietnam. For a year, he wrote letters to his wife Elaine, revealing not just the war, but the man he was becoming. This is the story of Lieutenant James Taylor and the men of Alpha Squad, told in their own words through the letters that were never meant to be history.
My dearest Elaine, we came in low over Tan Son Nhut this morning, and Lord have mercy, nothing they taught us could have prepared me for this place. The second the bird's doors opened, it hit me, like stepping into an oven wrapped us to your skin and crawls down your back like it's got a mind of its own. Even before we landed, I could smell it through the vents. Mud, jet fuel, rotting vegetation, and something else I can't put my finger on. Something thick and sour that gets in your throat and stays there. From the window, the jungle looked like a living thing, green and endless, curling up toward the sky like it was waiting for us. As we got closer to the tarmac, the crew chief shouted something I couldn't make out over the rotors, but I nodded anyway and gripped my duffel tighter. The moment my boots hit the ground, it felt like I'd stepped into another world entirely. The base camp's a mess of sandbags and rust-colored tin. It looks like somebody dropped a scrapyard in a rice paddy and called it home. They've got us sleeping in these long, low barracks, corrugated metal roofs, wooden frames, and the smell of disinfectant mixed with fear sweat. Even when it's quiet, it's not. Helicopters come and go like angry hornets. Generators hum like they're chewing on something, and every once in a while you hear a thump way off in the distance. Artillery, they say. Friendly, but it don't feel that way. The men, they ain't what I expected. Not polished or proper, but they're something else entirely. Bennett, my platoon sergeant, looked me up and down like a butcher eyeing fresh meat.
You look too clean to be giving orders, Lieutenant,
he said, then thumped my helmet with 2 fingers.
Tomorrow, we'll get your boots dirty.
Can't say I disagreed. My boots still had that Fort Benning shine, and my uniform hadn't seen a drop of sweat yet. I tried to play it off, but the truth is, I felt like a kid in his daddy's uniform. There's Hicks, the machine gunner from Texas. Big fella. Loud as thunder and twice as crude, but he treats that M60 of his like it's a newborn baby. Calls it Lucille. Told me he named it after his first love and swears it never lets him down. Later I caught him sitting on his bunk, oiling it slow, whispering like he was talking to a woman. White, Albert White from Suffolk, Virginia. He's a different breed, quiet, steady, walks like he's already seen this war 10 times over. Doesn't talk much, but when he does, everyone listens. Something about him makes you feel like you're in safe hands. He nodded at me today, just once, but it meant something. And then there's Ortiz, my RTO, fast-talking Puerto Rican kid from the Bronx who hasn't stopped moving since we landed.
Hey, LT, you want me to call in our position? You need me to raise battalion? Hey, LT, they said we get chow at 1800. Want me to check?
I swear that boy's mouth runs faster than his radio. I wandered the perimeter a little before sundown, just trying to get my bearings. Passed a soldier leaning against the sandbags, smoking like his life depended on it. He didn't look at me, just muttered.
You knew?
I nodded, but he didn't wait for an answer. Just stared out toward the tree line, like he was listening for something the rest of us couldn't hear. I keep thinking about that last morning in Raleigh. You remember? You made me biscuits and eggs, and we sat on the porch watching the fog burn off. I held your hand and tried to memorize every inch of your face, but now I realize it was the little things I didn't pay enough attention to. The way your nose crinkles when you laugh. The smell of honeysuckle on the breeze. Feels like a lifetime ago, but it's only been 3 days. 3 days, and already I wonder if I'm still the same man who kissed you goodbye at the airport. Bennett says we've got a short patrol tomorrow.
Time to get your feet wet, sir.
He said with a kind of grin that tells me this ain't a tour, it's a test. I'm not sure I'm ready, but I suppose none of us ever really are. I've been flipping through that Bible your mama gave me, the little one she slipped into my chest pocket. There's a verse I landed on tonight. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God goes with you. I keep reading that line, trying to make it stick. I miss the sound of your voice, darling. Strange thing to say in a place this loud, but it's the quiet moments that get you. When the generators wind down and the birds hush and the night starts creeping in, you start to feel things you've been pushing down all day. I laid on my bunk a while ago and closed my eyes. I could almost hear you humming in the kitchen. For just a second, it felt like home again. Kiss your mama for me, and tell her that Bible's still right where she put it, close to my heart. All my love, James.
On the next episode of Campaign of Courage, Alpha Squad ventures deep into hostile jungle territory, where Taylor will face his first true test of leadership under fire. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps these stories find their audience and keeps this series alive. Want to be part of bringing these stories to life? Join our Patreon community. Early supporters will be featured in our credits, and our most dedicated patrons may find themselves immortalized as characters in future episodes.
I just hope I make it long enough to write the next one.